So let's start with power in AC circuit, alternating current circuit. So we have seen LR, CR, LCR. So what are their power and what is average power? We will see that. I'll come back to the LR, CR once again a little later. But right now let's see what is power in an AC circuit. How do you define power in an AC circuit? And how how do you define it? So electric power in an AC circuit is defined. Electric power in an AC circuit is defined as the rate at which energy is consumed in electric circuit, in the circuit. So electric power is defined as, so electric power, so for an AC, for an alternating current circuit, you see I am doing power as a whole. Then we are going to apply it for inductive, capacitive and resistive circuit as well as resonance one. So for an AC circuit, if the alternating EMF is E equal to E naught sine omega t, and the current at any instant is I equals to I naught sine omega t minus phi, where phi is the phase difference, where phi is the phase angle, or phase, where phi equals to phase angle by which E, the voltage, leads the current I. I'm just writing I. So electric power will be defined as E into I. So the instantaneous values are E naught sine omega t and I naught sine omega t minus phi. So we can write this as, I can take E naught and I naught out. I am left with sine omega t and sine omega t minus phi. So if you remember, I have gave you some formula on this one, that if you remember, I have given you one of my video lecture and somewhere, that cos of A plus, no wait, if you remember like this, I gave something like this way, that okay, cos of A plus B minus cos A minus B equal to minus 2 sine A plus B by 2 and sine A minus B by 2. Okay, so I said that you take the minus this side. If you take the minus, or the reverse formula was sine A plus B formula, 2 sine A sine B formula was same thing. It would be cos of A plus B, remember that, minus A plus B minus cos of A minus B. So I taught you that you take the minus here, distribute it, so this one will become cos of A minus B minus cos of A plus B. So if I apply it here, what will I get? So E naught I naught then A B. So 2 sine, I will multiply it by 2 and divide by 2, sorry, 2 sine omega t sine of omega t minus phi. Then I can write this as E naught I naught by 2. I'm going to use this one now, cos A minus B. So cos of A minus B, so omega t minus omega t minus omega t plus phi, then minus cos of omega t plus, so this will be plus omega t minus phi. Okay, so I should get here E naught I naught by 2, and this is cos phi minus cos of 2 omega t minus phi. Okay, 2 omega t minus phi. So now the term cos of 2 omega t minus phi is time dependent. So over a one complete cycle, or time period t, it becomes 0. The first term, the term cos phi, is time independent. So neglecting the second term, we can write power equals to E naught I naught by 2 cos phi. Now we can manipulate it a little bit and write this as E naught by root 2 I naught by root 2 cos of phi. And what are they? They are ERMS. So ERMS, IRMS cos of phi. This is the power in an AC circuit. Okay. Now interestingly, based on phi we can classify different circuit. Let's see. So for purely resistive circuit, now if you remember, number 1, purely resistive circuit. If you remember, in a resistive circuit, the current and EMF both are at same phase. I and E both are in same phase. That means phi equals to 0. So if phi equals to 0 means I can write cos phi equals to 1. That means power is equal, that is cos of phi equals to 1. So power would be equals to E naught by root 2 and I naught by root 2. I'm just writing the RMS like this. This is the power. Got it? And which you can write now some other way. You can write like this: I is equal to if R is the resistance, so we can also write like this: I is equal to E naught by R. So we can also write like this: ERMS square by R. Same way, we are taking this E naught, I naught, ERMS, IRMS, but IRMS can be written as ERMS by R, so that's good. Number 2, case 2. So in case of inductor, so if you remember, in case of the purely inductive circuit, purely inductive circuit. So for purely inductive circuit, what was phi? Phi is equals to pi by 2, because Li, ELI leads the ELI, the Iceman, Ice being, C being the capacitor, I being the current. So if you remember that, so in that case, that means the voltage is leading the current, so that is by phi. In that case, what will be the power? What will be the average power? Sorry, I must write here average power. Power average, or by bar, would be equals to E naught or ERMS IRMS cos of 90 pi by 2, which is 0. Yes, power consumed is 0. Got it? Hence the average power consumed over an inductive circuit. So average power consumed over on an inductive circuit, over a cycle, over one cycle of AC is 0. Number 2, same thing for third one. For third one, again, in this case, purely capacitive circuit. In case of purely capacitive circuit, phi equals to how much? Again, phi will be 90 degree. Phi equals to pi by 2, as current leads the voltage. So here was our current, here is our voltage. So current is leading the Li, the Iceman. Okay, so ice. Then, so in this case also, average power would be ERMS IRMS cos of pi by 2, which is 0. Again, power consumed. So average power consumed over in a capacitive circuit over a complete cycle is also 0. Now comes to series LCR. So in case of LCR, let's see what was phi. In case of phi, if you remember, power average, as we know, ERMS into IRMS cos phi. Now we know, we have found out tan of phi was XL minus XC by R. Okay, so what we can write? XL minus XC. If you remember the diagram, from the diagram we can write that. So in this case, so power phi is equal to XL minus XC by R. So in this case, phi will not be 0. In LCR, phi is not always 0. So there is some power consumed. There is some power consumed in LCR series. Series circuit. But where is it? Only in resistor. But only in R. In resistor R. That's it. What happens at resonance? Is which number? third, fourth. Now during resonance what happened, let's see. At resonance, so at resonance, if you remember, XL is equals to XC, XL equal to XC, XL is equals to XC. So XL equals to XC, what is the power that time? So phi equals to 0, cos phi equals to 0, because tan phi is equals to XL minus XC by R. So these two are equal means what? 0, which is phi equals to 0. Simple. So phi 0 means it is behaving like what? It is behaving like a resistive circuit only. So maximum power is dissipated. Maximum power is dissipated at resonance. Is dissipated at resonance. At resonance. Okay, through R. So this is the power of AC circuit. Okay. So you can see what thing to highlight here, that power consumed in an inductive circuit, average power consumed is 0. Average power consumed is over cycle is 0. Now what is this? I am going to explain you once again about this one, although this is the easiest way to explain it. Now there is another way to explain this. I am going to do one and the rest one, so I will show you once again one more thing. So you can see it is 0.
So this resonance will be 5 and LCR will be 4.
Oh really? Oh yeah, 3, 4, 5. No, sorry. So I'm doing in 3. This is 4. This is 5. Yeah, whatever. I'm actually going in a flow, na. I'm just doing for myself. I'm not. So okay, done.
Yes.
So this is the AC power. Let us see one more thing. Let us revisit this. Those diagram which I have drawn to understand once again one thing. May I clean it? Then I will come to the power factor. So
Yes.
average power consumed on an inductive circuit. Special treatment, inductive circuit. I'm said average power. So in case of inductive circuit means L. So we have, I'm not going to explain here much thing here. This is an inductor, and what do we have here? We have here the AC source, which is E equals to E naught sine of omega t, right? Equals to E naught sine omega t. Now in case of, so again we will take back that one, we'll use this ELI, the Iceman. Here you see, in case of inductor the voltage is leading. The phasor diagram says what? So here's the phasor diagram. So this is the voltage and this is the current. This is 90 degree. This is E and this is I, right? So it is leading by. That means the voltage, the power was what? So what is the expression for voltage? It is E naught sine omega t. What is current? Current will be I naught sine of omega t minus pi by 2. This thing I have already discussed with you. So power, electric power we know is, it would be E and I, E into I. So this means this one gives me E naught sine omega t and I naught sine omega t minus pi by 2, right? So what is this? This is nothing but cos. So E naught I naught sine omega t is actually nothing but minus cos omega t, right? So I will take here minus E naught I naught by, I will put here 2, multiply divided by 2, I get here sine omega t cos of omega t. So what is this? E naught I naught by 2, let it be, this is sine 2 omega t, Got it? E naught I naught by 2 sine 2 omega t. A minus is a sine 2 omega t. So what does this mean? Sine 2 omega t. So I'll come back to this. Just a minute, let me have my... So here, if you see one thing, so I'll name this equation as 1. Now if I integrate this, so integrate it for one cycle, integrate it for one cycle, average power. So how do you write average power? The energy. So you know power is nothing but work done by time taken. So average power will be this one, W by T. So that means if I W, the average power will be defined as W into power into time. So if I integrate this, so this is the work done, this is the energy spent on the energy spent by the battery, by the alternating source, right? So average power I can write as, average power will be written as work done by T, which we can write as 1 by T into 0 to T, okay? And then this is dW. What will be my dW? dW is nothing but, dW would be P dt. So we can easily plug the value here, 1 by T 0 to T P dt. So 1 by T P dt, P will be how much? Minus 0 to T minus E naught I naught by 2 sine 2 omega t dt. Take everything out. Minus E naught I naught by 2 0 to T, I get here sine omega t, and we have seen, I have seen sine 2 omega t, sorry, not sine omega t, sine 2 omega t. Sine 2 omega t, integration of sine 2 omega t is 0. Integration of sine 2 omega t, integration, I have discussed this with you earlier, integration of sine 2 omega t 0 to t dt is equal to 0. If you solve this, you are going to get 0. So then I can directly write here that power average is equal to 0. This is another way of proving. So I have proved you using a common way of explaining, of doing the power. This is another way of explaining that the average power over one cycle is the average power. Remember the word average, okay? And the power consumed. Now look at this. Let me come to this one. Power consumed. This is the instantaneous power equation. This is the instantaneous power. Instantaneous power. Instantaneous power. Got it? So let's try to plot one diagram before proceeding any more further. Let us see. So what are the instantaneous equation I have got till now for an inductor? We have seen the applied voltage is E equals to E naught sine omega t. Good. Then I equals to I naught sine omega t minus pi by 2. Now we've got power. Power would be what? Power is given as minus E naught I naught by 2 sine of 2 omega t. First of all, here this is E naught I naught by E naught I naught by 2 means they are what? In this case, what is E naught I naught? E naught I naught, can I write this in this way also? ERMS IRMS sine of 2 omega 2. How can I write? Because E naught by root 2 into I naught by root 2, which is, this 2 can be written as E naught by root 2 into root 2, which is 2 only. So we can write like this, and there is a minus, right? So this is my Now RMS, these two are peak values. This is the RMS value, correct? This is the RMS value. So let's see, if I plot the graph now, what do I see? Let's see. So if I plot the curve, let's see what do we get. So first of all, let us plot the voltage. Here, this is our which one is at phase. In this case, which one is at phase? Voltage is at phase, right? So the voltage will be at phase. E sin E equals to E naught sin omega t. The voltage is at phase, no problem. Next is the current. Current is lagging, right? Or in case of the inductor, okay, now look at this case. This is an inductor. We are forgetting one phenomenon here. We are forgetting the concept of induced EMF and induced current. So when the flux is changing, as the EMF voltage increases, what happens? An EMF is also induced. As the current goes from 0 to maximum, an EMF is induced. Magnetic flux linked with the solenoid also increases, right? Magnetic flux linked with the solenoid also increases, and if you do d phi increases. So what we can do, and flux would be written as, in this case it is BA. So if I plot the curve, you can see that the voltage will be, I can plot the graph in two ways. One by keeping the voltage as the reference, E naught sin omega t, or keeping the current as the reference and then 90 degree ahead of this. For example, what do I mean? I have done on one way. Let us see what happens in the opposite way now. So this is the current now. Let me plot the current. This is the current changing. I am showing only one cycle of AC. I need to draw this very carefully because no mistake in here. So here is our one cycle. Let me draw a rough lines. Okay, let us draw these lines properly. Done. Now this is current I. In case of the inductor, the voltage is ahead by how much? Cos phi. So here is this is our peak value. Now the voltage is ahead by 90 degree. So if this is, I am representing the current over one cycle, that means if this is pi by 2, this is pi, be very careful, this is pi, this point is pi by 2, again this point is 3 pi by 2, this is 2 pi. So voltage is leading 90 degree ahead. So it is 90 degree ahead. It must be starting from here, then here it is maximum, here it is maximum, then it is going from here, going through here, both of their amplitude being same. So this is the voltage, right? This is the voltage E. This one is I. What about the current? Current is power. Power is sine 2 omega t. How is sine 2 omega t will be? And it is ERMS into IRMS. ERMS value into IRMS value. So it means if the RMS value is, for example, RMS value is coming to, as you have seen, 220. 220 is the RMS value. So 220 into IRMS, whatever value it comes, if you multiply this becomes a bigger one. That means this is the amplitude of the power. It will be definitely greater. So if I plot that, it is sine 2 omega. Now how is sine 2 omega t function? Sine 2 omega t function, you see I am plotting here only. So sine 2 omega t, I have shown you, sine 2 omega t will be, now I will show you with the blue one, it will complete 2 cycles in 1 cycle of sine omega t. That means here should be greater amplitude, okay, then again this is second amplitude, one more cycle, there is one more cycle from here. So this one is power. This amplitude is large. Why is it large? Because it is ERMS into IRMS. So that's why its amplitude is very large. In this case, this is, however, this is E naught I naught, this is E naught, this one is I naught, means this is I naught. Voltage will be little ahead. I have done one mistake here. Please, when you draw, you keep this in mind. Current will be less. Current will be less than the amplitude of the voltage. Okay, current will be less. So I have drawn them almost here, and I just was thinking something else. It is not B. It will be little bit less. Current will be, the amplitude of current will be less. Now you see, also the flux is there. Magnetic flux is also there, right? So magnetic flux, as you see here, if you remember, E equal to d phi by dt and is equals to L di by dt. So you can see how current is increasing, di by dt is proportional to d phi by dt. So how the flux is changing. Flux and current, they are both changing. And their cycle is same. The cycle is same, right? But flux will be, the magnitude of flux, the peak value of flux will be somewhat little bit more than the current. So I will show you with the dotted line here, using the white one now. So I'll show you with the dotted line, but it is following here. When I do the capacitive, I'm going to do the capacitive circuit also. So here, this is phi. This one is magnetic flux. How the flux is changing in the inductor. So I hope it's clear. Green one is the voltage, red one is the current, blue one is the power, right? Blue one is the power, and current, and the dotted one is the magnetic flux. This is what is going on in this circuit. Clear? Now I will see, we will also check the capacitive circuit once again. And what is the average power consumed of in the capacitive circuit, and what else is happening here? Let's see. Clear? Okay, I will clean it now.
Yes, sir.
So same way, average power consumed in a capacitive circuit average power I've already said in one cycle. So again, same way, I have an idle capacitor here. Sorry, what I'm drawing. Idle capacitor here. Connected to one alternating voltage source. E equals E naught sine omega t. Right? See here, what is happening? As the current, the capacitor gets first charged, and then it discharged, and this is happening alternatively, because sometimes this voltage comes positive, this side will become positive, and so on, and that side will become negative, and then this side will become negative, this side positive, and like this it will go on. So first of all, let us see what is the average power consumed. So in this case, we know the current is leading and the voltage is lagging, because I's man. So here is I and here is E. Therefore, if E equals to E naught sine omega t, then I will be I naught sine omega t plus 90 degree. So which we can write as I naught cos omega t only. Therefore, instantaneous power will be equals to E into I, which gives me E naught sine omega t I naught cos omega t multiplied by 2 and divided by 2, E naught I naught by 2 sine omega t cos omega t. Same way, I am going to get here E naught I naught by 2. This is going to give me again sine 2 omega t formula. You may ask what I am getting. I am using this formula, sine 2x. Okay, sine 2x is equal to 2 sine x cos x formula I am using. Identity. So then this is the power. Again I can write this as ERMS, IRMS sine 2. So you have to remember, this is instantaneous power, means power is a function of time. And what is average power? Average power is the power consumed in one cycle. How are we going to write? So power would be equals to 0 to t 1 by t w, which you can write as 1 by t 0 to t p dt dw, sorry, p dt. Again if I do this, so what I'm going to get here, E naught I naught sine omega t. I'm using this equation directly. Please try to, you know how to do this one now. So 0 to t sine 2 omega t dt. Again, integration of sine 2 omega dt is 0. So that means average power consumed is again 0 for capacitor as well. Okay, again power consumed is 0. Now let us compare the different curve here. Let us plot the curve and try to understand. So what is happening? So if you look at the capacitor, as I said, it is going to get charge and discharge, sometime in one direction and next time in another direction. So it will keep doing that. So again, let us plot the graph. Here we are going to plot the charge. Got it? So as the current increases, so you see E equals to E naught sine omega t is equals to Q by C. Q equal to CV. So you can see how is the charge changing. So Q is equal to nothing but E naught C sine omega t. Right? E naught C sine omega t. So Q is also changing in a sinusoidal way. So however the voltage changing, Q charge will also be changing the same way. So if voltage is lagging, so charge will also be lagging. So let me now plot the charge here, voltage here. So let me plot the voltage now. So first I will plot the voltage. This is a voltage in one cycle. Charge, same, but look at their amplitude. This is E naught. This is E naught C, and C is in farad, micros. So definitely the magnitude will be less. So therefore, it must be down. So I will show this one. Last time I plotted you the flux. This time I'm going to plot this with the help of the white to explain you the charge. Amplitude less. Next comes the current. What about the current? In this case, how is the current changing? So current will be, I'll show you. So let me plot this one here. We will be needing this. So this is our pi by 2. This is pi. This is 3 pi by 2, and that one is finally 2 pi. So now the current. What about the current? The current is also changing. Current is also changing. How can you say current is changing? Differentiate this. If I differentiate this, dq by dt. So dq by dt will give me E naught C omega cos omega t. So which you can write as dq by dt. You can write this as E naught C omega sine omega t plus 90. Yeah, we have seen this. And C omega, E naught C omega is our XL, E naught by R. So this is my current. So you can see how the current is changing. Current is changing by cos. This was cos function, 90 degree. Therefore, our current will be going same way. So it will be coming from here. Then again somewhere here near pi. Then you go from here to, and this is one cycle completed. So this red one is the current. Now let us come to the power. What are the instantaneous equation of power? The instantaneous equation of power is, where is it? Okay. In a ERMS, IRMS sine 2 omega t. Again it is 2x function. So you know 2x function, how to draw it. So it will be here comes the one cycle. Here goes the second cycle. Maybe my diagram may be a little here and there. Please try to understand. This is the third half, and this is the final. So power, this is voltage, this is current, and finally this one is what? Q. This is Q. Clear? So generally CBSE is going to give you this diagram. Out of the two diagrams which I have drawn, they will give you this diagram and ask you, this is the waveform of which device? Is it the CR, C or L? And identify each and every portion of the curve. Each and every portion of the curve. Got it? To identify each and every portion of the curve, you must have this knowledge to do it. So it is very important that you know about the average power consumed, and the different things, the relations between all of them, what is happening. Clear? I hope I have been able to explain. I've been able to explain you.